Alright, it's the number 141 of my accountability to myself. I appreciate everyone's attention who watches this, and probably from today I'm gonna be recording these videos from this angle. I don't think that someone cares, but it's just more convenient to me. So today I tried out to not just schedule my day, but to add everything in my Google Calendar so I can constantly see what what am I supposed to do at this hour. By and large, it was not really bad, but still some things happened. The first what happened, I don't know, it's not really good actually, because for example, I never remember my dreams. All right, for me it's such a rare occurrence. It happens once per 6 months or once a year when I actually memorize my dream. And today I woke up and I remembered my dream. And because of the dream, thinking about that, I couldn't fall asleep. And it was not that early. It was 7:15 a.m., but I wanted to sleep some longer because yesterday I fell asleep pretty late. And the problem is that I slept in total like 7 hours 30 minutes, which is like not bad, but for me it's not that good, right? But still, I decided to get up because I couldn't just lie on my bed, right? And so I don't remember, I just had my morning routine. Then I decided to read a book, and also I decided not just read it, but actually to study it. That's why I spent 30 minutes to read 2 pages. And a couple of things that I put down, and it's like some notes that I took, which is crucial to realize that power is not individual. Power is not individual, it's collective. Because every major company or movement built through alliance, built through how to I forgot the word. Through united of people, or how can we say it, through some aligned minds, through coordination. But when we have some people who contribute, and I think not that long ago I mentioned about people's coefficient, when 1 plus 1 might equal 11, let's say. It's basically which means when two people, and like let's imagine there are two persons, one person, another person. The first person might create something on his own, and it's gonna be fine. Second person can also create something on his own, and it's also gonna be fine. But when they collaborate, when they work together, they create way more than they could create on their own. And so like the value, like let's say when they work separately, right, each of them brings some value, and together this value is not that precious as the value that they can create working together. I hope it's somehow understandable, right? And the problem is that one mind is always limited by blind spots, limited by experience, limited by emotions. And it's very important to have some kind of team, people with different visions but with the same direction. And it's something crucial, and I actually realized not that long time ago, but a couple of months ago, that it would be incredible to find such people. That's why I started filtering people who I communicate with. And for example, in person, I know only one guy who I would like to spend time with, who I would like to talk to, with who I would like to exchange our opinions. The rest of the people is just out of because of circumstances. It's not like I neglect people or something like that, but It's still, of course, really cool having an opportunity to communicate with other people, but I'm talking about spending time with some people in my spare time. Spending time with some people to share with ideas. I don't really want to do it with everyone. And the problem is that it's so fucking hard to find such people. And the bigger problem is that to find such people, I actually need to communicate with people. And I'm so reluctant to talk to people when I don't have any reasons. And I always need some kind of, how it's called, instant, some kind of reason to start talking to the person. For example, if I see a pretty girl, I can strike up a conversation, but to strike up in conversation with a random guy, it makes no sense to me, right? And that's why I cannot figure out, is there someone really smart? Is there someone with who I could talk about some things? And it makes everything even harder. From time to time, I get to know some more people, but the problem is that they are not that obsessed with some ideas, and they don't really care about their life to that extent. I don't think that it's bad, but to me, it's just a sign that the person is not willing to endeavor in order to create something. Because if person is not willing to put some effort to improve his life, why would he put some effort to improve someone's life or to contribute to someone's project? Roughly speaking, it's not like, I mean, by and large, when the person cannot, for example, control himself, when he gives promises to himself and he not keep them, when the person is settled with some kind of mediocrity, or whatever it's called, it's impossible to rely on that person because he's not willing to put some effort for the sake of his future. Why would he put some effort for the sake of your and his future? You know what I mean? So when there's his life, his own project, and he does not really put effort to improve himself, to improve his personal project, why do you think if you create a project with that person, he's going to put some effort into this project? Of course he won't. And that's, I'm trying politely and explain my idea. It's not like I'm selfish or I'm arrogant and that's why I don't want to talk with that person. First, that we should realize that we belong to ourselves and we decide who we spend time with, what are we doing and how invest our time, right? And that's it. Like, that's it. You are not obliged to talk with someone, you're not obliged to spend time with someone. If you have some free time, this free time belongs to you. It does mean that you need to fill it with some meeting, with spending time with someone. And so the bottom line is that you need better rooms, better minds, better conversations. And it's so fucking hard because I know some more people online with who it would be interesting to communicate with, who it would be interesting to talk about something. And I know only one person in person, right? So it's kind of tough, but it's something that is definitely possible to solve because everything depends on me. Like, sometimes it's hard to acknowledge because I realize that if I'm not talking to people more, then I talk nowadays, even though I don't know, like I constantly, like, it feels like nowadays, like I constantly talk to someone. If I'm not at home, if I'm at the gym, most likely I'm gonna talk with someone. If I'm in university, 100% I talk to someone. So it's just, I don't know, when I do groceries, I just talk to random people in the store, or probably I need to attend some events, something like that, where I could actually find those people, which is also potential thing. So I just need to think about this. That's something that I reflect on, right? So after reading the book, I went to have the rest of my routine. It's like shower and stuff like that. Afterwards, it was the problem because I didn't take it into account, but I spent about 20 minutes scheduling my day hour by hour. And since I spent 20 minutes, I started following my schedule later. It was not a big deal actually, but still it affected a little. So in the morning, I spent 1 hour 30 to study banking and finance. It was fine. After that, I went to the gym. After the gym, I did groceries, and then I returned home. I spent 15 minutes repeating French words. Then I had my breakfast. After that, I studied French for 1 hour 30. And after that, I was supposed to spend almost 2 hours for some kind of self-improvement when I study about articulation, when I study about communication. But I wanted to sleep. Probably it's because I woke up a bit earlier today. Probably it's because my brain realizes that I don't have anything to do necessarily. So I can kind of go to, I don't know what's going on, but I wanted to sleep. And it's a dreadful trap because I go to sleep, I set timer for 20 minutes, my alarm. In 20 minutes, because it feels like I just close my eyes, I fall asleep, and I feel my alarm instantly, and I feel like, bro, I haven't slept yet, let me sleep some more. And I postpone it for 20 minutes more. In 20 minutes, absolutely the same. I postponed it for 20 minutes more. As a result, I had a nap, 1 hour, I think 1 hour 20 minutes nap I had. Yeah, and after that, I went to have my kind of snack. I don't know, I just cannot call it dinner because I just ate cottage cheese. And after that, I spent 1 hour 10 minutes studying English. And it was weird because I wanted to study more informal, more simplified English because I don't know a lot of simple vocabulary, which is weird, right? As a result, I started academic words, some kind of, I don't know, formal or academic or advanced words, for example, cogent arguments or derogatory. But derogatory is something I already knew, but I didn't know that we can use it as derogatory language. For example, we can say, for example, I had a question, how can derogatory language undermine even a strong argument? My answer, the use of derogatory language diminishes others' loyalty and trust. Conversely, the ability to express oneself lucidly without excessive filters or disparity. I don't remember how to pronounce this word. It was not this one word, it was not mine. It's like, because I wrote without excessive fillers or something also related to derogatory language. And here's the word I don't know how to pronounce, don't remember how to pronounce it because ChatGPT corrected me, but never mind. And like, it has its both credibility and respect. But the thing is that I still practiced some kind of formal and advanced ability to express my thoughts, at least in, I don't know, in a way of writing, right? For example, was a question, what makes the argument cogent rather than merely emotional? a cogent argument is supported by verifiable facts grounded in science, logic, and experience rather than emotional influence. Sounds a bit tough, I think, and of course I'm not gonna use that way of expression myself, because first it's really hard. It's something that I need to adjust to. Like, I can try to formulate my thoughts in such an overcomplicated way, but it does not really make sense, because mostly I have informal conversations. Mostly I just talk with my acquaintance, with my mates, with my friends, let's say, and it's not really applicable, all right? But I don't know why. I just start. It's just something that I started studying. So hopefully, the next time I will be able to study some simpler, some more informal vocabulary in English. So by and large, I think that's everything. But I also put something on my whiteboard. Two things that I wanted to remember: that think what you can achieve in 10 or 5 or 3 years, not tomorrow. Because lately I started looking on my life through the perspective of benefits I can get as soon as possible, which does not allow me to concentrate on those tasks. For example, today I spent 5 hours, 5 minutes of studying, which is not bad compared to the way I performed over the past 2 weeks, let's say, right? And the problem was that I think my brain thinks that if I skip studying French today, it's not gonna prevent me from having money tomorrow, because even if I study French today, it's not gonna bring me money tomorrow. You know what I mean? But the problem is that it's in the long run, it's incredibly valuable asset, and I cannot neglect it, because French is something I definitely need to know. It's definitely that I want to know, and it's just a matter of allocating your time in your spare time, because I have some spare time, so I can allocate it smarter, and allocating it in a smarter way will bring me more benefits in the long run. The same applies to everything: learning, studying, articulating, all this stuff. And the second thing that I wanted to remind myself, that I need to ask more questions. How do I know it? Who told me about this? Why do I think that it's true? What is the opposite opinion? Why exists opposite opinion? Because my goal is not to prove that I'm right. My goal is not to enhance my ego. My goal is to find truth. My goal is to enrich my knowledge and to be able to think critically, to think at least to try to think objectively. Still, it will never. It's like, I think it does not really exist the ability to think objectively, because each person is biased as a result of his own experience in life. But still, it's something that I want to strive for. The more sides you can see, the more knowledge you possess of, the easier is to solve the puzzle. So I think it's a very powerful thing to ask questions myself. And by the way, one of the things that I have not mentioned, I keep journaling, and today, for example, in the morning, I didn't put down everything that was in my head. However, it would be, I think, useful, because as I mentioned, I had a dream. I've been thinking about this even until now, and that's why in evening before recording this video, first I put everything in diary. in my diary. Yes. So that's it for today. 20 minutes video. It's time to sleep. It's not even that late, only 10 p.m. So yeah, today, by the way, this kind of schedule, again, I didn't follow it perfectly, right? Because I fall asleep instead of studying for 1 hour 45 minutes more, but still I have 5 hours of learning, which is fine, which is really fine. And I've already scheduled my day for tomorrow. Hopefully it will be fine. So without being said, that's it, and see you in the next one.